So I am one of those guys who, especially my older videos, used to mock video games. And as time has gone on, obviously you grow, you learn in life. And I have found that it's a bit more complicated than just saying, okay, well, video games is bad, leave it alone, and move on with life. Now, my big picture idea still remains. Video games are unproductive, probably 95 to even like 99% of the time still. Simply put, you can better spend the time working out, deepening your relationships with your women, with friends, or even just sitting down and doing some constructive work, whether you're a university student, high school student, so you can be studying, or you can be working on like a side hustle, whether it be freelancing, starting a YouTube channel, doing whatever it is. There are generally more productive ways to be spending your time. But, and this is where I hope a lot of people have like stuck around for this part, because it's quite important. There will hit a point when, after being productive for like a year straight, 2 years straight, even some cases depending on like how heavy you've been pushing, a few months even can get you like pretty burnouts. And in those times of burnouts, what I generally do is to spend time with friends, spend time with my women. But there are just times when socializing either A, just doesn't do it, or you're just not in a position where you necessarily are looking to socialize. So in my case, socializing just wasn't doing it anymore. Frankly, I was spending a lot of time with my women, spending a decent bit of time with my friends, and sure, that felt good. It was rejuvenating me, but I needed something else to do. And I don't care what that something else is. It can be video games for you, it can be watching YouTube videos, like not like constructive self-development YouTube channels, but like random Mr. Beast videos. And I do think it's fine to do that when you're in a bit of a rut, so to speak. What was happening with me is I believe that I should be pushing 24/7, doing something productive every single moment, and that's just not sustainable. It got to a point where I was lacking motivation, I was lacking inspiration, I was lacking energy, everything was just looking very bad. And look, I spent the last, about a week ago, I was spending 2 or 3 days just playing video games. And frankly, I feel more refreshed than ever. I have to be completely honest with you. In the moment, for like the first hour or two of playing video games, I was like, man, bro, this doesn't feel right. I'm not doing anything productive. But in hindsight, I'm glad I did it. So, am I going to play video games again for the next month or two? Preferably not. If I get burnt out again, maybe I will. But at this point in time, I can't see it happening. I think it is advisable for you to use video games as a tool rather than something that you're like actively working on every single day. Like Clash of Clans used to be bad for me in this respect. I genuinely got so involved in building up my base or village, whatever you want to call the thing, that it became like one of my primary goals in life. And I know a lot of people can relate to that, even though they don't want to outwardly admit it. And now when I said that out loud, you probably realized how weird that is. Some random world that exists only on your cell phone or computer or Xbox, PlayStation, whatever it is. You care about so much, you are actively thinking about it so much. And for me, that's when it's like almost a sign that you've gone too far. But if you're using it to like unwind and just spend some time to refresh yourself, I don't see a problem with it. My problem in the past was that I couldn't see the side of it where you can't just use it to unwind for a bit. So yeah, want to address that quickly. I've actually been going through a phase where I've been correcting older videos to some extent, but also just internally correcting some misconceptions I had. We always had these misconceptions in life, that's just how it is. But it's my duty as someone that a lot of young men look up to. It is important that I correct these mistakes when I give you incorrect advice online. One last note I do want to make, actually, not related to the topic of video, but just came to mind now. Don't follow anything I say or anyone else says to a T. You need to experiment for yourself, see what works for you, see what doesn't, but just be logical and honest with yourself about what is working, what isn't, and see what's actually going to get you closer to your end goal in life, whatever that may be. But with that said, bro, I'll see you in the next one to become a better man.